Yo, what is going on, guys? We are finally back today for another CCP video on a brand new champion coming out. I've really been slacking on these types of videos, which I'm going to try to do better in the future. But Omega Sentinel is just so insane. She's the perfect champ to bring me back into doing these types of videos. She's insane. So got lots of gameplay, lots to talk about with her today. Before we get into the gameplay, which I promise I got some good stuff for you guys, real quick, I want to talk about her kit and a couple other things. So first and foremost, Prestige. She is the prestige queen of the game, literally. Like, there's no other female. The other female champion that even comes close is Phoenix in 9th. She's top 3, only behind Surfer and Doom. So, insane prestige. And her kit is also pretty good. So, the fact that her prestige is that good, man, it's pretty ridiculous. But let's talk about her abilities. So there's we're not going to talk about too much, but just a few things. So she is a robot. However, she is not immune to bleed and poison like every other robot in the game, but she takes no damage from them, and instead she basically gets a self repair buff, which is regen, healing missing health, though. That's the thing, it's missing health. So when you start a fight at full health with suicides, you know, you're not missing any health, so you don't get this. But if you go into a fight with like 69%, then you're going to start with some regen, which is nice. So Incinerate, max 20 stacks. All of Omega Sentinel Incinerates deal 3100 energy damage. And then against mutants, these turn into plasma debuffs instead of Incinerate, which is pretty nice. And then you got Nano Shifting, which is a pre-fight. It's basically like Sorcerer Supreme. She has 3 different modes, and you can start the fight in whichever mode you want. One mode places Cowardice debuffs, one mode places Heal Block debuffs, and one mode places Tracking debuffs, which counters miss. And how to switch modes, just use a heavy attack. And if you use a heavy attack, or you finish a combo with light attacks, you're going to pause your debuff for 7 seconds. All your debuffs, including Incinerates, Plasmas, all that good stuff. And then to apply these debuffs in the mode, you just need to do 2 mediums. You can go medium, medium, you can go medium, light, medium, you can go medium, triple light, medium. It doesn't matter. Just second medium in the combo to apply the debuff. So it's pretty simple to play here. It's not too difficult. And then here we have some really good stuff. So this is basically just her passive, adaptive body, always active. We got some really good utility in here. So Omega Sentinel's adaptive body grants her immunity to nullify, stagger, and fate seal effects. That is huge. That is such a strong ability, and especially because she is such a buff heavy champion. She has so many armor buffs that this is, I'm so glad she has this ability. And then right here against mutants, her ability actually cannot be modified. So Domino, we're gonna go test against a Domino at the end of the video, see how that really fares against her, because Domino is annoying, and if she's a really good counter, you know, I might need her for battlegrounds. So she can max out at 10 of these armor up buffs, and you get a ton of them when playing her. And then if you're struck, when you have 10 or more armor up buffs, you consume them all, purify, and stun debuffs, and gain 100% chance to auto block for 2 seconds. This auto block can trigger parry. While defending, this ability requires 5 armor ups instead. This is really good. This can really save your bacon, save my bacon many times. And also when Omega Sentinel would auto block a hit, inflict an Incinerate debuff or Plasma against mutants. And then when struck by a heavy hit while auto blocking, you get 100% chance to resist or block break. So even heavy attacks can't get through that, which is pretty nuts. So she's got a lot of utility. I'm not going to talk too much more about her abilities. We're just going to jump into some gameplay. So starting off, man, let's just jump into Abyss. Let's just dive right in. So Abyss Havok, as you see, I am max boosted. I didn't really want to be max boosted, but like I max boosted to get here. I had to go through Luke Cage and Darkhawk, and the boosts were just still on. So I was like, and it was just, you know, I had time to record at that time, so I'm just like, all right, let me just go in here with max boost, whatever. You know, it's not like I'm trying to make her look better than she is. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is max boosted. So the rest of the gameplay will be without any boosts, but this one is max boosted, which, I mean, it's kind of cool to see anyways. So Abyss Havok, as you can see, we just applied a plasma debuff there. So as far as her playstyle goes, there's a couple different things you can do. I am by no means a professional Omega Sentinel player. I want to make that abundantly clear. I've played with this champion for like less than an hour total of like in-fight time. So like for me to master a champion, like it takes many hours playing this champion in Alliance War, Alliance Quest, and all kinds of different areas for me to really unlock like a full mastery of a champion. So this is very fresh gameplay. I'd not had too much hands-on time with her, but she didn't seem that difficult to play, which is good. But it's just a disclaimer if you see me scrubbing up, because that's going to be my excuse. And you can say I suck too, that's fine. But yeah, so the goal here is to try to maintain the plasma debuffs. And to do that, you just have to heavy. It's pretty simple, actually. So once you actually build your debuffs up, just going for heavies is pretty great. And that's what I like to do. So as far as her special attacks go, her special attack 1 will refresh the duration on all of your non-damaging debuffs. So unfortunately it won't work on the plasma and incinerates, but on your other debuffs it will work. She also has some pretty insane synergies. We got Nimrod on the team, and it's every time the opponent misses an attack. Like, you don't even have to dex it. Like, their attack just has to miss. Like, you can outrange it. They take passive shock damage, which is why you see those passive shocks triggering on Havok throughout the fight. It's just the Nimrod synergy, which is pretty good, man. It's a pretty nice synergy. But yes, back to her special attacks. So special 1, it's good for refreshing debuffs if you need to do that. But as long as you keep pausing, you don't really have to worry. The special 2 is pretty great for damage. It applies up to 5 incinerates or plasma effects. You can see right there, I didn't really have a good opening to get a heavy attack to pause my debuffs, so instead I went for a 5-hit combo ending with a light attack. Remember, that's another way that you can pause your debuffs. And you can see here, I mean, we're just chilling. We have 16 plasmas on the opponent right now, just letting those do damage. And then the special 3 is a way to get bang for your buck, essentially, for all those plasma effects. So for each plasma effect on the opponent, special 3, like, actually, I mean, I have Ant-Man right here, I can just read it. So, an activation consume all personal incinerate and plasma debuffs on the opponent and deal a burst of 9,000 energy damage for each debuff consumed. Unfortunately, I think we hit the abyss damage cap there, so we couldn't see how much it really would have done, but still some good damage. And if the opponent is not inflicted with any of the incinerate or plasma debuffs, instead inflict 6 of those debuffs. Again, against mutants it's plasma, against anyone else it's incinerate. So yeah, special 3 is definitely the way to go, I think, for getting off that damage. Special 2 to kind of build it up, and special 3 to really cash in on it is what the playstyle that I like to go to for. But again, don't take this as the holy bible of Omega Sentinel. I definitely need to put in a lot more time. It's definitely not a guide or anything like that. This is first hands-on playing around with her. So as you can see, I messed up and I had to trigger the auto block, which saved me, but it also consumes armor. So against Havok, you can see he's taking so much energy damage that you can see I just keep going through batches of 10 of those plasma he's putting on me. So if I don't have armor, I'm kind of toast. So it can be a little sketchy against Havok. There's also a pretty good synergy that would actually be pretty good against fighting Havok. I think it's I don't remember who actually. Again, I'm still on Ant-Man. I can just see which one it is. There's a decent synergy with Professor X, actually, which makes her self-repair gain more potency. And then, if you notice, whenever I throw special attacks, we're applying armor breaks. That's a synergy with Omega Red. It places armor breaks on our special attacks. And then, yeah, so it's okay. It's with OG Sentinel. It's called Oil is Thicker Than Blood. So Incinerate and Plasma debuffs inflicted by medium combo enters instantly power drain the opponent for 5% of their max power, which is pretty good. So, and how you get that up is you just need to have at least 3 debuffs, 3 non-damaging debuffs of Omega Sentinels. So it could be 3 heal blocks, it can be 2 heal blocks, 1 tracking, it can be 3 tracking, it can be 3 cowards, it can be 2 cowardice, or it could be 1 of each. 1 cowardice, 1 it doesn't matter. 3 of her debuffs, non-damaging on the opponent, and then once you have that up, your medium attacks. If you go medium, then you go ahead and apply Incinerate or Plasma. Right there, you see we auto-blocked, we lost our armors, and then we melted. So she can definitely solo this fight. But I died here, and I was like, I really don't want to go through Darkhawk and Luke Cage again just to come back here. So yeah, that's her against Abyss Havok. not a solo. Like I said, I'm not a pro with her yet, but it was a good test. I think you guys can really see what she's capable of in abyss level content. Again, with being boosted though, don't forget she was max boosted. So now we're gonna jump into some Act 7. Gonna go for some regular path fights here. This is biohazard. I really wanted to see how good she can be against biohazard, and I ended up finding some really sick utility on the next fight, which you guys will see. Yeah, she's doing a pretty good job here. This is just regular Omega Sentinel, no boosts or anything like that. We are running suicides though. You can see the poison debuff on us, but it's just a debuff. You know, we're not taking any damage, which is pretty nice. So as you can see, that self-repair is triggering. It doesn't stack. You can only have one at a time, but it will like keep refreshing when I get debuffs. And remember, it heals 10% of missing health. So the more health we lose when we trigger those debuffs on us, the stronger the regen is going to be. But yeah, just going for heavy attacks, keeping my stuff paused, building up to special 2. Go ahead, drop this. Applies 5 incinerates. And we can just go for a repair, your beta heavy. Right there, we didn't get that spacing right, but then I just go for more heavies, keep my debuffs paused. This definitely wasn't the cleanest fight against this Ronin, but the next fight, man, it's really cool. It's really cool. It kind of blew my mind when I was in there. An unforeseen interaction arose, which, if you've been paying attention, I mean, you can probably guess what it is. But it was like my first time using her. Oh, right there. I think we just auto blocked his heavy attack, which is pretty nasty. It's pretty cool that she can do that offensively. That's gonna be probably pretty annoying defensively. But so now we fight this long shot, and I wasn't even thinking, but once I got in here, it all just clicked. So first of all, you guys are gonna see, now that I'm going in here with not 100% health, you can really see our regen potency now. So let's see, we're going in here with almost 69%, 70%, and you can see that regen is healing us 150 per tick. Much better, right? So against Longshot, someone who has so many buffs, you would never want to bring them in, especially, let alone pushing Longshot to a special 2. But as we said in her abilities, the always active stuff, she is immune to Fate Seal, Nullify, and Stagger. And I'm also getting hit here, which is totally intentional. I'm just trying to totally show you guys how good her regen could be. Totally not getting hit on accident. I'm not that big of a noob, right? So yeah, you can see that regen, boom, it's healing for like over 200 now. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the special 3. I was honestly just kind of getting wrecked in this fight, but you're about to see once we push him to special 2. I think I was kind of scared to push him to special 2 originally, and again, we're gonna take more combos. I'm just getting destroyed by this long shot. But we're just healing up, so she's really solid for biohazard, as you guys can see. I am just getting so destroyed in this fight, but it's great because you can see how tanky and how sustainable she can be. So here we push him to special 2, and just watch what happens, man. We're immune. Nothing happens. So she's a phenomenal long shot counter, I'd say. Just being immune to that special 2, not having to worry. So it's pretty awesome. Boom, go ahead, drop the special 2, get some debuffs going. Gonna go ahead, pause them. And for how much I've been scrubbing up in this fight, look at my health now. We already have more health than I even started with. That should just speak volumes to how tanky she can be. And especially on the right nodes when you're triggering bleed and poison, that regen is super nice. So I played like an absolute scrub there, but I'm glad that I did. So you guys got to see that regen, and having that ability to just counter long shot, that's pretty awesome, right? Some really solid just base abilities built in her kit that you don't even have to do anything for. It's just a passive ability, passively immune to Fate Seal, Nullify, Stagger, etc. Not etc, that's it, but pretty insane ability, man. I think Thing was the first champion to ever have those immunities, and I remember thinking, like, wow, like, that is insane. Like, Thing is a monster. And I remember using him against, like, the super annoying Symbiote Supreme back in Act 6. So, yeah, to have Omega Sentinel, a tech champion with that ability that gets so many buffs, seems very odd, but definitely very powerful for her kit. So, next up here we have a Nick Fury. You can see here I built up all 3 of my debuffs. Then I go ahead, drop the special 2, to go ahead, get those 5 incinerates. I'm gonna go ahead, heavy, pause all my debuffs. This is kind of like the general playstyle I like to go for. From here on out, really, all I have to do is keep going for heavies. I think here we're gonna go for a 5-hit combo ending in a light attack, so we can pause debuffs that way too. I really like that there's multiple ways to go ahead and pause debuffs right there. You see, we just do it again with the light combo. And it's great because you're not always able to get off a heavy attack. There's plenty of scenarios where you're not able to get off a heavy attack, so being able to go for a combo ending on the light is awesome. Unfortunately here, when we kill Nick Fury, we're going to lose all of our debuffs. This entire fight, we were building that up, and it's just gone, because Nick Fury purifies everything, so it's kind of annoying. I have to rebuild her up here, and I'm just going to throw a special 1, not because I wanted to, but just to push him to his special 2. And we do go ahead and apply that heal block debuff, but it's not really doing anything. If there's a way to like plan that, I mean, yeah, I guess you could set it up. You could heal block him like right as you kill him, apply the heal block debuff as soon as you trigger his new life. That could work. I wasn't even thinking about trying that when I was in the fight, but she handled Nick Fury, you know, pretty decently well. Here we hit a clutch intercept when he was unblockable. And that should be all she wrote for this fight. So as you guys can see, she's pretty phenomenal for biohazard. Pretty darn good for it. Got a couple more fights to show you guys. Next, I wanted to test her against the big bad, you know, Mr. Sinister boss. So went ahead, brought the Heimdall and Angela synergy so we can give her a Fury buff. However, this fight, she's definitely not the best counter for this fight. It's a bit sketchy because Mr. Sinister gains power every time buffs fall off of you. So yeah, you can see his power gets pretty fueled. I went ahead, I think I applied the heal block pre-fight so I could start with that against Mr. Sinister, which is definitely helping. You know, when we crit, we don't want him healing. So yeah, I'm trying to bait these specials out. He's just not wanting to throw them. A really cool interaction here you're going to see is when we bait out this special 2, no concussion from Mr. Sinister, because our ability accuracy cannot be modified against mutants. So just straight up, he doesn't apply that annoying debuff that he usually does on his special 2. I think our auto block kicked in there again and kind of saved me. So and there again, that auto block is pretty clutch, and as you can see, you get the armor ups back like super quick, especially against mutants. So but yeah, the power is kind of out of control. So here, all right, let me throw my special 2. That's the thing that Omega Sentinels kind of lacks, is just no power control. Again, except for that synergy with Sentinel. But aside from that, really no power control in her kit, which is definitely a big hindrance. But I mean, she's already got so much else going on that it makes sense that she doesn't have that, because then she'd kind of be busted. I mean, she had that too. I mean, what couldn't she do at that point, you know? So he's getting a ton of power here. I'm worried about special 3. He luckily throws it. I get hit by it though, getting stunned. You can see, again, I'm playing like a total noob and getting wrecked here, but she's so tanky, man. The tankiness on her is unreal. And here we're going to go for a special 2. I thought this would close it out. Somehow he didn't die to that, and he manages to get off a special 2. I don't even know how. He must have like 69 health or something silly. But we survived this because, again, we are such a tank, man. Those 10 armors make you so tanky. Tanking L3s out here. So, such a unit, man. Offensively, defensively, she's probably going to be a pain in the butt to fight. And I got one final fight for you guys. If you are not yet convinced at Omega Sentinel being a Beyonder tier champion, Beyond God tier type champion yet, Domino. Super annoying to fight. I think Omega Sentinel is definitely going to be one of the best Domino counters in the game. I think Mysterio has a similar ability for not being able to be affected by ability action reduction, just in general. And I know he is a phenomenal Domino counter. And I mean, Omega Sentinels isn't against everyone, but against mutants. I mean, Domino's mutant, and that's like the fight I would most want that ability against is Domino. Like, having Omega Sentinel in my Battlegrounds deck, which is what I would want, would be phenomenal. First of all, because of all her debuffs, you know? If I'm going into a fight where I need heal block, boom, I can just apply that. If I'm versing an invisible woman and I'm worried about missing, or a kitty pride, or a kitty pride, I guess I would just throw on cowardice, but, yeah, if I'm versing someone that I have to worry about missing, I can just throw that debuff on. And in Battlegrounds, I always ban Domino. Like, if I see a 6-star Domino, I usually ban her because I don't want to deal with her damage. But if I have Omega Sentinel, I don't gotta worry, you know? So, yeah, Omega Sentinel, man, she is pretty nuts. You can see she shredded that Domino. We came out of there with 94% health. I don't think I saw a single one of her damage over time, ability fail to trigger, shenanigan, BS, baloney stuff that she usually does. So, yeah, man, Omega Sentinel is just amazing. I really, really love her. I think she's gonna break all the arena cutoffs before. I think not only is she like that good in game, but her prestige as well is just gonna propel that arena score to insane lengths. As far as me trying to get Omega Sentinel, as far as that goes, I'm thinking I'll pick up the early access bundles if there are any, and I probably won't get Cavs yet. I want to see if Black Cat comes out next. If it's her and Omega Sentinel's shared Cav crystal, then we might have to go ham on that. If Black Cat is also really good. Other than that scenario, probably just gonna, once this current 6-star featured ends, I'll probably start saving shards for not the next one, but the one after, which she and Black Cat will be in. That'll give me lots of time to save. And then, yeah, I'm gonna go for her because I think she's pretty nuts and pretty worth. As far as where I put her in the in the tech class, top 3. I think she makes top 3. Ghost number 1, and then she's either number 2 or number 3. Yeah, I don't know. Haven't thought about it too much, but that's where I'd say, man, I think she's pretty damn good. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you thought of this, you know, back with the CCP videos. If you did enjoy, I would really appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. It would definitely inspire me to make more of this type of content when these new champions come out. Also, if you subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. I'll love you forever. We're trying to hit 100,000 by summertime, which would blow my mind. It would make me so happy. I want to get the YouTube play button hanging in the office. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know how hyped you are about Omega Sentinel. Let me know if you aren't hyped, if you have concerns about her, you know, anything. Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.